Good morning, y'all. Today we're going to show you how to smoke a plump 15-pound turkey. Y'all, Don here with Southern Backyard Cooking. Today we're trying to get ready for the holidays. So Thanksgiving turkeys. So we are looking at a plump 15-pound turkey. So we're going to smoke this and get it prepared so that on Thanksgiving Day everybody knows how to cook a turkey and how easy it is. Now remember, if you like my channel, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and then ring that bell. That'll allow you notifications for all of my new videos coming out. The first step we have to do is unwrap the turkey. We want to wash it and then pat it dry. Now I've already done all these steps inside, so it's ready at this point. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take and inject it. Any kind of injection you want. I like to use these Tony Chachere's. This one is with butter. I really like the butter flavor coming through. So I'm going to open it up here. Now one of the things it does, it already comes with your injector, so you don't have to get another one. Just fill it up. And you want to inject all the way through all areas of the turkey. Now, one of the things we want to make sure we do, if we don't use this, because we're doing poultry, is we do not want to reuse it. So whatever we have left over, we're going to throw away. But I'm doing the breast right now. I'm going to do the legs, the drumsticks. I'm going to do the thighs. I want to inject everywhere with this injection. This gives it makes it really juicy and gives it a lot of flavor. Now, the worst thing I hate, especially on Thanksgiving Day, is breaking into a turkey and it be dry. To me, that is the worst kind of turkey I can ever have. So I am just everywhere. And I'm not putting a lot in at a time because you can see a lot of the juices overflow if you try to push too much into an area at a particular time. Just a little at a time. And do all sides. Like for me, I'm doing the inside of the breast, inside of the drumsticks. I want to do all areas. And you can see, as I push it in, it'll pop out, squirt out sometimes. Kind of tells me I got enough in that area. I have my smoker on, as y'all can see, getting plenty of good smoke. The temperature I'm going to cook this at is 225 degrees. I'm going to do about 30 minutes per pound. So this is a 15-pounder. I'm going to do right about 7.5 hours. But I am going to put a thermometer probe in here so I can tell, because I want the internal temperature to reach 165 degrees. All right, the last thing I want to do prior to put it in the smoker is I want to sprinkle some Cajun-style seasoning. So I have Tony Chachere's original seasoning, and I'm just going to sprinkle this on the top. Put some down in the middle, but basically just everywhere. Don't want it necessarily too heavy, but I want to give it a little bit of flavor. Now we're ready to go in the smoker as soon as it gets up to temperature. All right, my smoker is now up to temperature. I've got a ZGrill, and it's a 1000 series, so I've taken my top and my middle racks out because I want to cook this on the bottom shelf. And my grill gets the heating elements right here in the center, so I'm going to put this turkey just a little off to the side of it. So all I got to do is just pick it up. Now I want to put the legs away from my heat source. So now I have it in there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my wireless thermometer into it. Right now it's reading 74 degrees. I'm going to put it right in the thick part of the breast. Now, one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to get it up next to the bone. And then I'm just going to close it. Now, immediately, because it hadn't been out of the refrigerator, that long, it's at 41 degrees. Okay, again, it's going to take about 30 minutes per pound, so about 7.5 hours, but I want it to hit 165. That's the big critical thing. The 30 minutes for every pound, that's a kind of a judgment type thing. You have to get any kind of poultry to 165. So until I hit 165, I am just gonna let it go. Let it smoke, let it go. There is one option you can do if you need it a little faster, is you can do 275. By doing it, cooking it at 275, it'll cut your time down to about 19 minutes a pound. So in this case, you know, about 3.5 hours, 4 hours. Again, hitting a 165 internal temperature. Personally, I like cooking on a lower temperature. To me, it gives it a much better flavor. I'm getting more smoke than I will at 275. 275, a lot of times I'm just getting heat. So, but that's a personal preference. I have the time. So on mine today, you know, it's about 9:30 in the morning. So realistically, you know, 4 o'clock, I'm gonna be about ready. And if this is perfect for your Thanksgiving dinner, that's great. If it's not, then, you know, move it up. Start a little earlier in the day. Welcome back. It is now 5 o'clock. So I've been cooking right now about 7.5 hours. It's about right on time. I am just now hitting 165. So what I'm gonna do is pull it off. Generally, I like to let it sit for at least 5 to 15 minutes before I cut into it. So I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit. But first, let's pull it off the smoker. So I'm gonna put my heat protected gloves on. These are great little gloves by Eco Grips. Take up to 500 degrees, I believe. 450, 500 degrees in temperature. So it's real good to put them on. I'm going to take my probe out, and then I'm just going to pick up my turkey. It's got juices on the inside. I pour those out because I don't want them, and they'll go right into my bucket over there, and I'm sticking it out. Okay, you notice my turkey is nice, a nice, good, dark, even brown all the way across. Like I said, I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes, and then we'll cut into it and try it out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut. Normally when I'm slicing a turkey for Thanksgiving and stuff, I'm going to slice the breast off. So I'd go right down the breastbone. I just sliced off one of my turkey breasts. I'm going to slice into it a little bit, cut a couple slices. And you can see it's fully done. But you can also see and tell, very, very juicy. Let's give it a little taste. Still hot. Boy, that's good. That is really good for a smoked turkey. You would not find a better one. There's nothing better than doing it all yourself at home. And like I said, it was a 15-pound turkey. Took me right at 7.5 hours. I got the internal temperature up to 165, and we were good to go. So I hope you liked my video. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and of course, ring that bell. And until next time, folks, see y'all later.